regarding our natural resource water. And my question is this. We have a stormwater credit right now in the city to help reduce the quantity of runoff through the use of rain barrels and water gardens, and also at the commercial level, which is a little bit more sophisticated for the regular neighborhood person like myself. But here's my question. Might it also be worth incentivizing improved water quality to reduce the chemicals that collect in our sewers due to the runoff from sources such as herbicides and pesticides? And perhaps you have some ideas and some vision as to what we could do in town with the introduction of the ash borer. There's a conversation about what we can do on the boulevards, and what we do on the boulevards will also require insecticides and water leaching and so forth. That's going to be harmful to our system that we have right now. And so this is my question. Do you have some ideas?
Well, yes, I think there are a couple of things that are very critical when it comes to that. I mean, obviously, number one, having as much green space to absorb that rainwater and that stormwater is step number one. The city for a long time has had a boulevard restoration program where they have worked with property owners and businesses to try to return those paved boulevards into planted boulevards with grass and trees because of the obvious positive benefits that has for our stormwater and for the more trees you plant, obviously that's making your health, your community much healthier. So that's something that I think needs to be promoted. We need to work harder and work better with our neighbors to see if we can stretch that program as far as we can. As far as the water quality, the city already works on a number of those water quality issues through the street sweeping to try to remove as much of the dirt and debris, as often as they can. I know downtown, especially during the summertime, they're down sweeping the streets on a very regular basis, and that's because the city is mandated to do that, but then also, that gets credits through the DNR and through the federal government as well for our approach to stormwater. And then I think maybe, just the third thing I would say is the city should be a role model. So through all of our efforts through sustainability and crafting the sustainability plan where we worked with the county and the city together, because of the city's own impacts and our city government, you think about the amount of parks and the amount of, the golf course and all those city facilities, we should be setting a good example by reducing those chemicals and that usage as much as we possibly can. I would love to get to the point where we're not relying on those things at all. And I think, again, as a city, that's a goal that you should set and work on that every year. And I know with our Park and Rec program and our groundskeeping and buildings folks, we've talked about that, especially when we were putting together the sustainability plan. Because there are golf courses, there are parks out there that have ways to make it still look lush and green without using all those chemicals.
Thank you.
Tim didn't leave a lot of room there for me in that answer. So I will go back to what you said in terms of the stormwater utility. I felt strongly when we passed that and made it very clear to the council and to the bureaucrats that they would pass it over my dead body if there wasn't a way for the average homeowner to satisfactorily reduce their stormwater runoff so that they would have no fee. Okay? Now that's very hard to get done because but at my insistence the language is there. And it would be a challenge, I would admit. It would be a challenge for somebody, and much of the payback, you'd have to realize you're going to be in that house for 20 years to get it done. But I didn't feel, if you're talking about incentivizing, I didn't feel that it was a good program that didn't give people, a chance to avoid the fee. But then don't we really win if they reduce their runoff to zero? Okay, and that is the height of incentives. And so I'll throw that in and then agree with everything else Tim said.
Right back here.
Yes, the city has been engaged in a